board so I can at least have a copy of this. Oh, geez. They changed around the recording stuff too. Oh, well. All right. Um, do you remember all the basics of what happened, or did you miss the whole recap, Dan?
As soon as you fucking pressed record, it was like nothing.
All right, we'll
Get
do the
fucked.
quick and dirty one. So you guys got jumped in the hallway outside of your cells. Cora Dahl beat the crap out of Mithra. The warden sent you guys down to the leader basin to have a chat with you. Made a deal that you guys would do a little recon for him, look into why these murders are happening in the prison. He thinks that Old Man Murray knows something or has something to do with it of some sort, but he's not sure exactly what. And mentioned that tonight during the shock boxing match, there's supposed to be some sort of handoff between him or with somebody he knows or something that has to do with him. He's not sure what. You guys poked around, talked in the maintenance shop, and Old Man Murray helped you fix that locking mechanism. You kind of jury-rigged it a little for your cells. You went to the laundry room and met the dead body of Bolin. That was Cavil's panty-stealing friend. She, whatever, was dead on the ground. Gutted like the others. The warden demanded that you tell him why, but you weren't really able to come up with much. You met Tarek, a skinny half-orc with a short-term memory. He then headed to the Shackboxing arena. Cora Dahl was said to be preparing for a fight with Sudeikis Crane, but instead, Sudeikis is currently in solitary. He chose Mithra to portend as his opponent instead, and that is where we ended it.
Okay, cool.
All right. So I will leave it over to you if you want to do your little flashback scene, and then we will jump into what is going on.
Let me get in the mood for this. I keep getting so nervous when I have to read shit. I don't know why. All right, here we go. Sitting here in this dark, dank sweatbox of a jail, I can't get the smell of myself out of my nostrils. Putrid have my clothes become, green and swollen are my feet. Pus and blood pulse in fresh, open wounds that stain the air. Layers of filth and dirt cover every square inch of my face, hands, and arms, everywhere. And now I can actually taste how my breath smells. Every sense I have is overloaded with the idea of this shithole. Ah, I need to escape, even if it's only in my own head. I search my memories for happier times. There's flashes of heavy perfumes and silk sheets hung from the ceiling as colorful, loose, flowing dividers. Soft moans and giggles all around me. My mother leads me by the hand across the room and out the door. Her dress, white but stained gray with splotches of red and black, flows quickly around her legs as they carry her forward. Her auburn hair, braided and rolled in a bun, is tattered and falling apart. Sweat is forming on her brow as she quickens her pace forward, pulling me by the wrist now. I'm almost stumbling forward, trying to push my feet underneath me to keep up. She's scared of something. I catch a whiff of human feces floating up from myself, and it snaps me out of my dream. Staring at these fucking bars again. My hell, that smell. I close my eyes and try to focus. Again, the grass now, full and green, almost a foot tall and just below my sightline. Oh, how I wish to smell it. Quinn is running with her friends. So many fucking friends. Laughing and rolling and chasing and throwing. They play so many games. I just watch from here. In the grass, alone. I want to play too. I want friends. Flashes of light. Wait, there's a smell. Oh, it's a good one. Why can't I place it? It's making me comfortable, relaxed. A warm and fuzzy feeling is coursing through my veins. What is that smell? Flashes again. A small log cabin appears in my mind. It's dark out, but this place is familiar. I know the way. I'm not afraid. A faint light flickers inside through breaks and cracks in the old wood it's put together from. I can easily push this rickety door open. A small room with an old wooden workbench fills the back wall. The candle flame dances, sending strange shadows all around me. The wonderful smell is filling this place. I powerfully breathe it in, filling my lungs with that aroma. A smile across my face as I exhale. My eyes drawn to all of my creations lining the walls. The shelves I put up myself, even at the age of 7, and they're still holding strong under all their weight. The first that draw my eye is Mr. Strickencheesler, my neighbor's old cat, his fur matted and starting to fall out in patches. Orange and white cat with blood all over him now. The dried, rotting flesh curled at the seams is tightening well. Highly improved, if you ask me, now that he has the head of Mrs. Tibbs' 3-year-old beagle Harry. Everyone knows dogs are smarter than cats, but cats can climb trees, so everybody wins this time. I admire my stitching of the animal. Much is improved. The next is Nuts, the squirrel from last year. I have the skin pulled from his bones and pinned to a wooden board behind him. I make sure he's standing up to say hello. Hello! If you look hard, you can still count dried fat cells from between the ribs on the skin. And there is my first masterpiece, shoved high up on the top shelves between 12 or so of his friends. It was my first dog, Jasper. He was a good dog. Always came when you called him, and he never barked or made a sound. He was the quietest dog ever. I wanted to know why he was so quiet. So I took a knife from the kitchen and opened up his throat one night. I spent the whole night filleting his vocal cords, looking for a problem, but I could never find one. I guess he was just a quiet dog. I'm not even sure I can make him move anymore. I can see a puddle of ooze dripping out from underneath him. Probably make a big mess. As I slowly do up my small but very well-used apron and don my gloves, I smile and breathe deep. The smell of friends. The fun we are having. I feel so powerful. As I open my eyes to these oh so familiar fucking bars, I can still remember that smell. I love that smell. And that feeling of power. That's it.
Beautiful. That's a little dark there, Malachi.
Thank you, man.
So you all
That was
stand.
awesome. Sorry, I was on mute. That was really good.
You all stand in this large warehouse-looking room. It's just cold rubble beneath your feet. The walls here and there pockmarked with larger tunnels and doorways, some of them closed and gated, others open, branching off. Everything here looks almost like a large underground cavern, though the stone's been worked here and there to make it look nicer, or some metal plates are tossed up on walls here and there. There's tapestries that hang, many of them featuring artwork of Warden Bartel and his various displays of power. All around you's the inmates. You will recognize a lot of them from the Western Wing. It seems like they've brought most of the Eastern cell block as well. Probably a good 300, maybe 400 people spread out in this huge warehouse-like room. In the center is an octagonal-shaped room or stage. Chains linked all the way around the outside of it, and Cora Dahl stands in the center. These bluing, almost looks like just leather gloves on his hand, but they glow with a blue light. You can see it looks like electricity or arcane power that just courses across his body every now and then, setting up sparks. Shockboxing gloves. You've all seen them here and there, probably in your time in the prison. Maybe even seen Cora Dahl fight and some of the others. It's a popular pastime of the wardens. And Cora Dahl is the, what you would call the champion of this ring, mostly beating pretty much everybody to a pulp. But it just makes it a little bit easier for the kitchen when they carve up the last and prepare the next day's meal. You know, so it's like a tenderizer when he's done with them. The meat's a little less chewy. And Mithra, I need a will or wisdom save, please.
Ooh, hang on 1 second. 16?
Yeah. So as all of you look around, you could see Old Man Murray across on the opposite side of this ring. He's standing next to this tall woman, nearly 7 feet in height, dark black raven-like hair. She seems to be picking at something in her nails. She's quite well dressed for an inmate, though she doesn't seem to wear any sort of Sentinel garb or really even any higher ups or CEOs or white shirts or anything. She looks like she's potentially a prisoner, but she's quite well dressed. And he stands behind her, his back leaning up against a large rock, arms crossed in front of him. He looks across the way. He'll give you a wave, Malachi, and a smile. And,
hey, old man, what's up?
All while up in the ring, you can hear the warden spouting off all the accomplishments of Cora Dahl. He mentions that Sidicus Crane is in solitary and that instead there will be a new fight tonight since you guys made it so interesting. With that, his eyes will scan across this sea of people and then lock with yours, Mithra. He says, Mithra, you put on a hell of a show this morning. Why don't you come on up here? You can finish the fight that you started. And you will be commanded, Mithra, to move your way up into this ring.
Before she gets too far, can I impose myself real quick?
Yeah.
So seeing that she's going and there's not much of an option, she goes to push past me. I'm going to put my hand on her shoulder and draw her in for a whisper. And as I do that, I start to chant these arcane kind of words of power, and all of her senses are pulled away. And it's just suddenly only me and her in blackness. That's the only senses, is the visual of me seeing her seeing me hearing her, the same, vice versa, back and forth. And I start to whisper these words of power to her. And it's like I'm drawing some kind of energy, a whisper of something. And that whisper is of a name. The name is Numa. And I speak that name to her. And as I channel out that energy, she feels empowered. And I will cast Blessed with the power of Onomancy on her as I channel her true name.
Beautiful.
I'm going to whisper, if you save my life, I'm going to owe you forever.
I'm going to say, you can do this. We got your back.
And just, you will notice, Mithra, that even though you're thinking straight and you realize what's going on around you, your legs just seem to move of their own accord. Walking across, your arms reach up and pull yourself into this ring. Looking out across the people, 350, 400 people, maybe even more, inmates, all sort of gathered in a circle around the ring. And outside of them is a larger ring of Sentinel guards that seem to move and walk the whole perimeter of this large cavernous warehouse-like room. Up above, as you glance upwards, you can see these large balls of light, 10 feet in diameter at least, glowing with a bright white light that lights up this entire chamber. And the warden will walk over, he puts his arm around you, leans in a little bit close and says, don't you be trying any of those mind tricks. We got him a wash for tonight. I want to see a good fight. I told him to take it easy on you, but just don't make him mad. And gives you a hard smack on the back. Says, come, why don't you get your gloves on? And he'll hand you a pair of simple little leather gloves. What color are they?
They're purple, and I'm going to put them on trying to look a lot more confident than I feel.
You slide these things on. You can feel this energy course over you. Your hair tingles on the back of your neck and stands up on end. None of you will see this purple, almost like electrical charge, roll around her legs, her arms, up across her body. They basically allow you to do unarmed attacks that can deal lethal damage. They do 1d4 plus your strength modifier if you have one, Mithra.
Okay.
And with that, he'll point you over to a side of the ring, pushes Cora Dahl over to the side as well. And on your side of the ring, Mithra, you look down and you see Banwin standing there. And he smiles up and gives you a pair of thumbs up. He's like, you got this. Yeah. I'm here on your corner. I'll be sure to wipe the blood off your face, and me and you, we're going to win this,
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. I'm going to give him a thumbs up back.
He says, I don't want to go tonight and not have you to my party. It's going to be a hell of a party. We got everybody coming. I mean, you win this fight, you're going to be like the star attraction. It's going to be amazing.
Over to the side. Wait, I'm excited.
Onto the other side, you see Cora Dahl is talking with several other orcs. He turns around and he reaches into his mouth, and you can see he pulls this one tooth that he has from his gums and gives it to the other guy. making sure he doesn't break his one tooth that he does have. He smacks his hands together a few times. You guys can hear a soft ding in the distance to initiate the start of the fights. What is Quinn and Malachi doing? Gaviel will point out where Old Man Murray is and sort of just be looking around for, anything going on at the moment. But what are you two doing?
I'm looking to Malachi to see what he's doing first. He's usually the more hot-headed one. You're muted, Dan.
Thanks. Malachi's going to have eyes on the mayor. I understand his control over this colossal fucking jackass that's about to pound Mithra into the dirt. So I blame him for all of this and more. So I'm trying to find him in the crowd and staring him down with a piercing gaze.
Is that Cora Dahl, you mean?
No, the mayor.
Or Warden Bartel.
Warden, yeah.
He'll step out of the ring and he'll actually sort of start making his way over to you guys. This is going to be a hell of a fight, but don't try no funny stuff. I think we have a bit of a deal. You're going to be watching that old man, right? I tell you what. You figure out what's going on. The faster you do that, the faster I call off this fight. He'll grab your shoulder, Malachi, giving it a bit of a squeeze. A little bit of pain in your shoulder as he pushes past you, this huge fat body of his, and starts to make his way through the crowd, yelling, cheering people on, getting people riled up a little bit. He says, remember, the quicker you are, the longer she lives.
Huh. You're fucking enjoying this, aren't you?
He'll just keep walking away.
I'll start heading towards Old Man Monroe.
I'll follow him.
All right. And with that, we will basically enter initiative. When you guys come up, just let me know what you do. Obviously, you're not really in a combat situation, but that way it's easier to follow for Cora Dahl and Mithra. So as you guys work your way around the perimeter of this ring, excuse me, you start to make your way towards Murray. He'll be standing there, basically just leaning up on a rock, watching this. You can see as you come around Malachi, the man looks, I don't know, almost you get a sense of worry on his face. You notice his lines on his forehead are creased up a bit more. His hands are constantly sort of wringing and across his chest, like crossing his arms and uncrossing them, tapping his foot. But he seems quite intent on watching this fight at the moment. This tall woman who was beside him, you do not see as you guys make your way towards her. Then, and well, Gaviel's going to be with you for now, and I'll just use him if needed. But Malachi, I'll put you up first. Then, as you come around, you see the Old Man Murray there. What do you do?
Hey, old man, how you doing?
You look like, Malachi, my friend. It's unfortunate circumstances for your lady friend here.
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't understand why the warden's all being a fucking jackass. Like, Mithra's not supposed to be fighting him.
No, but it makes for a good story, These two partners, friends in racing, come to bad terms and fight it out. It's a long-standing feud ever since that day they had the fight down in the Leisure Basin, and somebody messed that up. I don't remember it. Yeah, it's been a long time coming.
I kind of have a feeling this isn't just about them. You wouldn't have any other reason, do you think, that the warden's picking on me by throwing her in the ring, do you?
Well, I mean, I know it's a bit of a friendship you've made with her, but I don't know why that would be of any interest to the warden. Did you piss him off too?
Yeah, maybe he understands that, me and you have been hanging around. Maybe he's pissed at you. You didn't think of any reason why I'd be pissed at you, can you?
No, I do as I'm told. Been here for a long time. I've paid my dues. He don't bother me much at all. Says, "No, I don't think that would be the case, even if I was friends with you or Cora Dahl or anybody else. It's one of the few people who can fix shit around here. I don't get much slack."
I'll just turn to Quinn. That'll be the end of my turn.
And with that, Mithra, you are up first. You can see Cora Dahl across the ring. As soon as this bell dings, he claps his hands together. This electricity just courses over him, and he will just make a straight shot run towards you, letting out this roar as he does so.
Okay. As soon as he starts running towards me, I notice that he's looking directly at me, so I'm going to stare at him now that I am a second-level wizard, and I'm going to use Hypnotic Gaze, and he must succeed on a Wisdom saving throw, or be charmed against me until the end of his next turn. And his speed will drop to 0.
So as he rushes towards you, see that he slows for a second, staring at you. Looks to his right and sort of scans across the crowd. And you can hear this voice in the back of your head, Mithra. Like, I told you, no funny tricks. Cora Dahl shake his head for a moment and look back at you. This glare deepening to a darker red sort of glimmer in his eyes as he starts to charge forward once again. Do you do anything else?
Well, as a bonus action, I guess I can't really move it. No, I can't really do a whole lot, so I'm just gonna brace myself for impact.
Brace yourself for impact. And with that, Cora Dahl is up. And he'll come in as he rushes towards you. And does not start. As he swings wildly, you can see this anger, this rage that's overcome him. Seems to throw him off a little bit, and you just see the whooshing of his gloves go over your head, one across the front of your face as he rolled a 3. So that is not going to do it. And he'll step back, his heavy breathing just right in your face. You see the wide smile. He has no teeth in his mouth at the moment. Just this weird, orcish, gummy look, this smile. And with that, Quinn, you are up. You can see Cora Dahl looks a little off his game at the moment, but it's just a matter of time before he starts to pummel her.
All right. And the warden's task for us is to solve this mystery before Mithra gets the shit beat out of her, basically?
It's basically what he said. If you can figure out what's going on before she's dead, then he will stop the fight.
Seems janky, but Quinn is going to be frantically searching the arena with a perception check to see if she can see anything going on.
Give me a perception check.
Just looking for any kind of clues or anything. I'm going to spend my inspiration right off the hop.
Yes, don't forget you have the inspiration.
Holy fuck, I rolled 2 5s. So total of 8.
I'm sorry. So yeah, you look around, you can see pretty much the same thing that Malachi does. That tall, black-haired woman doesn't seem to be in sight. So just a conglomerate of inmates and other people around. You do notice that Old Man Murray looks nervous, and every now and then he glances around as if he's looking for somebody or for something. You don't notice any package or anything on him. He's wearing the same basic rags he always has. But in between that, he's just watching the fight. His eyes more so on Mithra, and you can still see the worry on his face a little bit, these creased lines on his forehead, and his lips pressed together every time that Cora Dahl rushes in or makes a swing.
Yeah, I'm assuming that's my action, though.
Yeah, unless you want to do anything else. I mean, you can talk or do whatever, but because it's assumed that they're fighting back and forth in between. So
yeah, I'm gonna hold my action or speech for now, as I'm just frantically looking around for any kind of clues.
All right, and with that. Mithra, you are up first. Cora Dahl is just standing in front of you. You can see that he's getting ready once again to start swinging. Almost like he's just pushing you into the corner.
All right. I'm not going to drop my gaze from him, but I'm going to cast Chromatic Orb and hurl a sphere of purple electric energy towards him if this succeeds. Oh, hang on. My dice went under the computer.
Don't forget to get that other D4.
Oh, okay. Sorry. How exactly do I do that?
So
like, do I just add that to my damage, or
you roll a D4 on any attack roll or spell saving throw, or saving throw, not just spell saving throw. So anytime you're rolling to attack or rolling to saving throw, you get to add a D4.
Cool. Okay. So, it's gonna be 17.
Ooh, that is a hit.
And it's going to be a 1d8 3d8 for damage. Four, 6, and 8. Oh, that was weird.
18.
Gotcha. So what does this look like?
It sort of looks as though everyone can, like, the glowing purple energy that was coming out of the gloves seems to now be coming out of my fingertips. So now everyone can see that I'm basically hurling what looks like a giant sphere of purple electricity right at his face.
Nice. This will explode as he takes a few steps back in pain. You will notice when you cast the spell too, Mithra, that your collar does not burn at you, does not seem to penalize you at all.
Okay, so he's not against me using magic. He just doesn't want me to trick him into this. He wants to fight.
It's kind of what
people want to see blood.
All right. Anything else on your turn?
Can I use a bonus action to see if I can detect any sort of weakness that Cora Dahl might have? Like, is there any sort of way that I could maybe see what he might be a little susceptible to?
As in magic or anything else? I mean,
if there's a certain type of magic, maybe he's particularly
you could use Arcana for that if you wanted to, yeah.
All right. Sweet. 15 plus... I think it's like +5, actually. Yep, +5.
It should be good. Biggest thing you get is that it looks like he's protected from charms and any sort of willpower type sapping or wisdom type saving throw things like that, charms and enchantments. But otherwise, he's pretty much fair game to anything else that you can do. As you said, he basically, the mayor or the warden wants to see blood.
All right.
And you do notice as well that he, from his time before in the morning when you guys had a fight, his wounds are still open. He hasn't been stitched up or anything. So he's still injured.
He's still hurt from the fight from before?
Yep.
Okay.
All right, Quinn, you are up next. See Mithra land a blast of energy onto this huge orc as he stumbles back.
All right. I am going to look at Monroe. What is he doing?
Just standing there, you can see that he, clenches his fist a little bit and has that little silent cheer of woohoo as she lasts this blast on him and stuff. Get the sense that he really does not like Cora Dahl, and he's definitely rooting for her at the moment. But otherwise, he's just watching the fight.
Okay, I am going to... I don't know. Besides, just kind of, I think I'm just gonna wait for this to progress more. I imagine like I'm caught up by the action too. Like I'm constantly looking over my shoulders, thinking that Mithra is going to be just like one shot punched out, and then this crackle of purple lightning just shoots across and actually like knocks Cora Dahl back, and I'm just like kind of caught up in the action. I am just going to, I guess, hold my action for something to happen. I don't know.
All right.
If Monroe tries to get away or something, I guess I'll act then, because I can't really just say I'm holding my action. But
I got you. As you watch this, you can see the sea of people moving around you a little bit and don't really notice anything as you watch this blast of energy from Mithra's hands. As this flash of light dissipates a little bit, and you can see Cora Dahl coming in once again, and you look around. You'll see Kantos is coming towards you guys. Malachi, you are up.
So, you don't know anything about these murders? Nothing at all?
He says, what? No, I'm sorry, I was watching the fight. He says, no, it's a horrible thing, I know. Bolin, bless his heart, he was a good friend of mine. Heard it was just like the others, though. Gutted, neck to the groin, heart ripped out. Whoever's behind this is a sad piece of shit, if you ask me.
Well, I gotta say, the warden kind of thinks it's you, and he actually fucking wants us to, like, see if it's you. So I'm here, and I'm like, hey, is it you? And you gotta come on.
He says, I don't know why would the warden have any interest in me?
Pissing me off.
He says, hey, I really don't know, my friend. He says, I mean, I've been, face to face with you up until now as well. But what would I have to add? I spent my entire life here. I already know I'm going to die. I have no beef with him or anybody else for that matter.
Can I insight check this guy?
Sure.
As my held action?
Yeah.
I'm hoping someone would do that, yes.
Fucking 22, you piece of shit. Tell me your secrets.
You get the sense he's not laying it all on the line. He does come across quite genuine, in fact, and everything. But there is something he seems to be holding back, and he's wringing his hands a little bit every now and then. His eyes will shift. He'll actually be looking at Cantos as Cantos is coming closer. But he says, "Hey, I wish I could help you out, my friends. I don't know if the warden would have any interest in me. He says, the most I do is fix machines and fix the locks and." You know what it probably is.
Oh, what's that?
Says, I had to go upstairs and do some repairs in his office after that tremor happened. And he was bitching that somebody stole his orb. I bet you he thinks it was me. Says, I didn't touch that bastard's orb or any of his orbs. No pun intended.
What orb?
I don't know. He started blaming me first, but I don't have any interest in that shit. It was one of these things sitting on his shelf. I wish I could tell you. I don't know. He probably just rolled under his fat ass somewhere and got caught in the crack.
What maybe what what's it look like? Maybe maybe I've seen it.
I wish I knew it. He just said it was his orb. I'm assuming it's his orb.
Huh.
Says, I don't know. Like I said, it's probably just lost in his office. Maybe he doesn't believe me. So what the hell would I have to do with his magic shit anyway? If you ask me, he's just a bit paranoid. That comes with the job, having to watch over people like us day after day. Paranoia starts to set in. I bet you that's what it is. Tell him to go find his orb in his ass crack. I don't have that damn thing.
I'll go tell him right now. You know what? I believe you. We're good. I'll go talk to him right now.
I'm going to give Malachi a look like he's not saying everything that he knows.
Fuck. I got nothing. Malachi's got nothing, man. He's just like, you know what? I have a feeling. Malachi's gonna look at Quinn like, I got a feeling that maybe, we should I'll show you something. I'm gonna show you something. I gotta show you something. And I'm gonna pull the orb that I found out on the floor, like, yesterday, out and be like, this might be what he's talking about. And I'm gonna slide it back in my pocket.
Yeah, I'm gonna whisper to him, looks like we have company coming, and dart my head off into the direction of Cantos.
You guys will see him pass by as he's coming up. Give me perception checks. I'll give Kavil will be a loud one as well.
14.
17.
All right. So as he passes by Malachi, you'll notice he shoulders into you quite hard, this sort of smile on his face. As he brushes past and turns, he's like, you better watch it. As he continues, but you will notice that it looked like either handed or took something from Murray as he passed by, bumping into you more as a diversion. And he just continues walking.
I gotta try to catch up with him, and I don't know if you've ever played that little game where if you kick one foot, it gets stuck behind the other and the guy trips over. I'm gonna try to do that to this guy.
All right. I just think basic attack roll. You can use dexterity if it's better. I'm not sure which stat of yours is better, but
oh, that's a nat 20.
Ooh, you can give. Well, the only person who used inspiration is Quinn, but you can make it look awesome and inspire Quinn to get a point back.
Okay. Malachi just catches at the very last second this little possible transaction, and he almost, his long, lanky legs, does this weird pirouette, and just kind of bounces, like kind of bunny hop sideways, and kicks the back heel of Cantos, causing one foot to snap behind the other ankle and him to fall over, hopefully spilling whatever in his hands onto the floor for Malachi to pick up.
Completely. So give yourself a point of inspiration back. Quinn is your brother, makes awesome moves, and you probably remember this as he's done it to you as a kid more times than you can count. It's just like his signature move, back in the day. Cantos is going to hit the ground hard, going face first into the rocks on the ground, his hands sprawling out. As he rolls over, you can see his bloody nose already just starting to pour blood, but you see what looks to be a small square block skid out from his hand a couple of feet in front of him, and he'll quickly scramble trying to grab it. Malachi.
I will scramble as well, hopefully.
I guess you're right there too, Quinn. So Quinn and Malachi, you both would recognize it as what you guys used to start the speed racers, the pit racers, kind of like a key. And you're going to do a pose. So give me a dexterity check, Malachi, to see if you can get to it before him.
Oh, it's not going to be as high as I want it to be. Dexterity saving check that's an 11.
He got a 14, so he'll quickly scurry ahead, slams his hand down on this block as yours comes down on top of his. He turns, he says, "You fool, let me get out of here. And if you want to all die."
Where the fuck do you think you're going?
Because I'm getting the hell out of here.
Why?
He starts to shove you to try and get out. But we will pick that up on his turn, so I will add him to the initiative. All right. And well, I'll just hold Kavil in case you guys need him. And Cora Dahl is up last. Once again, you can see off to the side of the ring, Mithra, as you glance over, the others talking with Old Man Murray. You see Cantos slam into Malachi, and then they start wrestling on the ground. And again, you're going to feel the whoosh of Cora Dahl as his glove wisps in front of your face, just sort of grazing your nose a little bit. His fingers gracing your hair, but he has not rolled above a 3 yet, so he still misses one more round.
Maybe he is enchanted after all.
All right. And Quinn, you are up. You can see Malachi and Cantos on the ground wrestling. Cantos is quickly trying to get his leg up under him to sort of heave him off. Both of their hands are wrapped around the small little wooden block that starts the pit racers. You can see Murray is running towards you, Quinn. This panicked look on his face.
All right, good. I'm going towards him.
All right, what do you do?
I'm going to grab him by the collar and say, "Listen, you old fuck. I don't have time for this shit." And I'm going to pull out the dagger that I stole from my secret cove and put it next to his gut or whatever and say, "The warden thinks there's something fucking going on with you. And I know you got my brother wrapped around your finger, but I don't buy that shit. You're hiding something from me and you better speak up right now." Intimidation.
Go for it.
Oh, my rolls tonight. Why? I'm going to spend my fucking inspiration. Come on. Oh, my God. It's worse. Fuck. Nope.
You see that he still looks at you, his eyes wide, and he says, "Quinn, don't do this now. We're trying. Look, if he gets to the place, then you can come with us. We can get out of here. He says, don't ruin this."
What do you mean? What's going on? You need to talk to me. The warden has us by the balls right now.
He says, "If you don't have much time, he'll be here, and he's probably already listening. Cantos is going to get to one of the races. He's going to come back and get us. He knows a way out of here. Look, you and your brother can come with me, but don't screw this up."
Insight check. I've rolled really high.
He looks like he's straight up. I mean, he doesn't really look excited or anything or whatever, and you can see his eyes are quickly, he has that panicked, worried look like shit's going to be ruined, basically.
Yeah, and I realize that I'm being like really obvious, so I slip my dagger away, bombing the intimidation, and I will just kind of like brush him off like I bumped into him and start to just small talk, whisper as if we're watching the fight. Like, what, you think he's just gonna get one of those machines and he's just gonna roll in here and get us out? Like, how do you think that's gonna work?
It's exactly what we're gonna do. I've been here a hell of a longer than you, and we've had this plan for a long time. Don't fuck it up. Just trust me on this one. Your brother's a good man. We'll get you both out of here. Your friend too, if you want. I don't know what to do about the girl though. She can come, but you got to get her out of that rig.
I'm gonna look at kind of Mithra, and then I'm gonna look at Malachi, and just say, reluctantly, sucks to be her. We got to get out of here.
Beautiful. And with that, Malachi, you are up. You wouldn't heard of everything that's going on behind you, but you know that in front of you, you have Kantos has one hand around your arm, the other one sort of pushing. He's working on getting his leg up underneath you to shove you off by the gut. Both of your hands around the small wooden block that you know starts one of these things.
I look at Quinn and be like, what the fuck? You're not helping.
Oh yeah, I'll fucking realize that shit's going on and just like, hey, cut it out, stand up, get over here.
What?
Just
what?
Wave my hands.
Oh, fuck. And I just push Kantos off me. Give him a little kick while he's getting up.
I'll come over and just kind of like loudly speaking to the crowd, like, all right, you guys already had your fucking pissing contest. We get it. You're both tough individuals. Fuck off and watch the fight. Just trying to pass it off like you guys are squabbling.
What the fuck's going on?
And then I'll just whisper to you, apparently your old friend here has got a plan to get us out, but we're going to have to leave her behind.
Can't do that. Gotta take Mithra with us.
Listen, it's just me and you here, okay? It's always been just me and you here. We need to worry about ourselves.
Fine. Fuck, maybe there's something we can do. Goddamn fucking warden's an asshole. He's just gonna keep picking on people.
Listen, I know it sucks, but I don't know. I don't know how we're gonna get her out of this situation. This might be the
burn
opportunity.
This fucking place to the ground, man. Come on, sis. We just gotta burn this place. Let's kill them all.
I don't have that capabilities, brother. You know that. The warden, the sentinels, they'll get us.
We'll take our time. Might take the next 30 years, but I guarantee we can slice all their throats.
I don't think we have that long. Look at what the warden did to her, and it's only a matter of time.
Just doesn't feel right getting out of here without her.
I know. I'll look like ashamed saying it, but I'll just look to you, kind of meeting your eyes after a while and saying, we just need to worry about each other. Just like it's always been.
What are we waiting for?
Apparently Jackass, moving my head to Kantos, has got some big play.
Perfect. Then we need a distraction, and I'm going to turn around and punch the first guy beside me. I'm going to do my best to start a fucking brawl.
Beautiful.
Hopefully create a little bit of confusion. Hopefully, set a stage for a perfect little escape and taking Mithra with us.
Beautiful. We will get to that at the end of the round. So, Mithra, you are up before Cora Dahl again.
Can I hear any of this interaction? I'm assuming not.
No, probably not. I mean, you could stop and be like, hey, guys, what you talking about? But, you might not want to turn your back on Cora Dahl.
Okay. I'm going to hit him with a magic missile. Okay, and you said, what exactly do these gloves do?
1d4 damage plus your strength modifier if you have one.
Okay. But that's only if I'm doing a physical attack?
Yep.
Okay. All right, so we got... so for level 2 now, this spell actually hits 4 times. So we got a 4 plus 1, so 5. Another 4, hell yeah. Another 4, oh my god. That's fucking awesome. All right. And a 1.
Let's see. Damn. As this missile after missile just blasts into him, You can see these huge scorch marks, these open wounds appearing on his chest. Tattoos that are just being smeared from his blood.
Can I aim for the open wounds?
You sure can, making them even more grisly and burnt. Anything else?
Just as a bonus action, I just sort of want to look around, and I'm just going to look around, and I guess it's not really bonus action, but I do want to just take my eye off Cora Dahl for a second while I have him momentarily stunned, and I'm just kind of noticing that Malachi's starting a fight over there, and feeling like I need to get the hell out of here.
Yes. This time, as the magical energy clears a little bit, Cora Dahl looks to be in an absolute fit of rage as he rushes forward with a nat 20.
Yikes.
Where's my D4s? Yeah, you'll see him come in this time, grabbing a hold of you in with one hand and just beginning to pummel you. It's going to be 4 plus 7 and 7, 8, 9,
Can
10
I cast
points.
shield on myself or no? Because I already had my turn. This is the only spell I have that's a reaction spell.
Yeah, but it's not going to matter with the 20, with his nat
Okay.
20, because the plus 5 isn't going to save you.
All right.
So yeah, 10 points of damage total. As he grabs a hold of you, pummels you a few times, and then grabs a hold of you and just throws you back into the wall or the chains behind you where Banwin is. And just as he's starting to come forward again, you hear another ding to end this round. One of these other orcs quickly climb into the ring, followed by second and third as they're trying to stop him from getting to you, as he just screams in rage. Finally, they're able to drag him back to his side. Banwin will quickly come over, smear some shit on your face, and starts cleaning you up a little bit. You can heal yourself 1d4 points.
What's Kavil doing?
I have him basically just kind of helping you guys if needed, unless something comes up. But
I'm going to be the bitchiest of bitches and tell Kavil to go help Mithra out.
Sorry,
Because
do I get to heal myself?
Yep, 1d4.
All right.
Yep.
I'm kind of like thinking that the less the better our chances are, so I'm hoping that Kavil wasn't really listening, and I'm just going to say like, hey, she needs your help, because he's always kind of had like a soft spot for her, and I know that he has some kind of healing capabilities.
Actually, he does have a few points left too. So yeah, you're going to see Kavil quickly come over to help Banwin. He'll do his lay on hands. He can heal you 3 more points, Mithra.
Sweet. All right. I'm almost back to where I started. Look at me go.
Over onto the side, you can see him quickly rubbing stuff all over Cora Dahl as well, trying to get him into a better position. And that is the end of the round. Up first, Joe, why don't you introduce your character and tell me what you do?
All right. So, may actually be hard to notice, but a sentinel in the the traditional kind of reddish leather armors, very short. He's a dwarf and very kind of lean and wiry or skinny, almost to the point where the armor possibly looks ill-fitting. Has been kind of weaving through the crowds as the fight's going on, far shorter than most everybody else, and occasionally stops by some of the gang members he recognized from Granite Claws and just whispers over to him, "Fists of Golos, they've got this fight rigged. Make sure you place your money where it's supposed to be." And wanders through, passes by some of the gangs, the River Styx Hellions, and leans in. "Bloodfang gang, they've got this shit rigged. Oh, it's going to be a bloody mess. You better place your bets the right way." And wanders through and stops at each of the various gangs, inciting that other gangs have this thing rigged, until finally, as the bell dings, he makes his way up to the very edges of the boxing match, or the ring, oh gosh, what is it, Calidor? To Calidor's
Cora Dahl.
or Cora Dahl's corner. Mixed up my consonants. And he kind of leans in and he says, "Hey, Golos has money on this fight for you to win. Now I've got a little thing here. If you accept this, then he's willing to split 25 of his take with you. This is now or never." How bad do you want this?
He'll look down at you for a moment. You can see the red in his eyes. This blood that he's already been beat up. Most of it's his at the moment. He says, I'm gonna kill the wench.
Excellent. So is that a yes?
Hell yes.
All right, and he pulls this little thing, just looks like a standard wineskin, and says, "All right, it might feel a little cold, but trust me." And he kind of pours it down across his ankles and into his shoes. Hopefully he buys a gambit. It's actually just plain water, which in a shock fight probably shouldn't be so good for him. Totally rigging the fight, or with the intention for him to take a little bit of extra sting from any electrical attacks. And I almost imagine that Mithra would see this strange dwarf, gaunt, and eyes are kind of bulging, but one of them, I mean, there's kind of some massive scar tissue on the side of his face, and you can see one eye is unnaturally and disturbingly bulged out, kind of grossly, leaking a little bit. And he kind of gives a wink with that fat, gnarly eye and just throws a little, like 1-2 punch, and then kind of disappears his way back into the crowd, kind of lost because of his shorter height.
Beautiful. Quinn and Malachi, give me perception checks, please.
19 plus 3 is 22.
6.
You are not perceptive at all, Quinn, but Malachi, as you're on the ground, maybe you feel it a bit more than the others. Punch gets ready to be thrown, but you could swear that you can feel the ground shaking a little bit. It's soft, but there's a slight tremor there, maybe from all the pounding feet of the Sentinels and the riot and the prisoners and everything. Maybe the electricity's just jumbling your senses up a little bit. Maybe it's something more, but there's definitely a slight tremor in the ground. And with that, let me add Murray in. And that one. All right. Besides you, Quinn, you're going to see Old Man Murray look around, and he rubs his face a little bit. He's like, we need to make a diversion.
Looks like Malachi has already got that covered. How long is this taking? Is this happening right now?
It's happening now. Says, you're not afraid of a little blood, are you, Quinn?
Give him a look like, are you stupid?
Excellent. And he'll start saying something, chanting this weird language. What do you have any languages, Quinn?
Oh, I do, mister.
What do you have?
Common, Elvish, and Celestial.
All right. Sort of sounds celestial, but a very infernal sounding celestial. Doesn't quite sound right. As you look around, you will start to see this small fleshy hand come up out of the stonework near you. And this almost looks like a fleshy blob humanoid. It starts pulling itself up in a second, a third, a fourth. You can hear people in the distance start yelling about something. And all around you can start seeing these fleshy, pus-filled glob-like humanoids pulling themselves out of the ground. Says, this is only part one, Quinn. I hope you don't mind a little violence.
This is from Murray?
Yep.
Jesus.
Cora Dahl stands up, rubs his hands together a little bit, and rushes forward towards you as you're getting up from your spot on the side, Mithra. And that's 17, that's a 26 total. I'm assuming that's another hit.
Yep.
For 8 points of damage as he runs in, clocks you across the jaw hard, and you can see that he jerks back a little bit as some of his own electricity seems to course across his body too. That's beautiful. And he looks around. And with that, he's going to reach out, trying to grab a hold of you. Give me a strength opposing roll. Oh. Ooh, actually, he only got a 10, so if you can beat a 10 with a strength roll.
All right. 13.
Ooh, nice. So just as he reaches out, maybe just barely getting a hold of your shirt or something, you're able to quickly pull yourself free. But he's still coming for you, not letting up. Malachi, you are up on the ground. You can see Cantos getting ready to push you off. Scrambling, grabs a hold of this wooden block. Are you going to let him run?
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, he will.
Confused, but yeah, I'm letting him go.
He will scoop this up quickly, tucking it in, and he just makes a beeline ahead in the distance. As he starts to move through, you can see all these fleshy globs pulling themselves up out of the ground. But if you watch Cantos, his form splits into three. It's hard to tell which one is him or which ones aren't him or what exactly it is. But all three versions of him break off into the crowd and start running in different directions.
What the fuck? But I'm still angry, I'm still upset, and even though I know the tremor would only hesitated me for a second. Seeing these red blobs come up, I still got a lot of anger in me. I'm going to punch the next guy beside me. Punch him.
Just do, yeah, you can go ahead and describe it, because there's so many, you don't need to make a roll or anything.
Yeah, I just kind of look at him for a second, smirk a little bit, cock my head at him, and then just punch him.
Nice.
Right in the face.
You see him roll back a few, accidentally elbowing another guy. That guy starts to pummel on the guy next to him. These fleshy-like blobs begin to start beating, chewing on people's legs, these long serrated teeth in their maws. As everything starts to get a little chaotic. As you look outside the ring, Mithra, it's a wonder maybe it might be safer in the ring after all. As everything starts to go to hell outside. And with that, you'll see a whole bunch more of these little skin-like blobs pulling themselves up out of the ground, and then the whole place begins to shake quite violently. I need dexterity saving throws from everybody.
Mithra, you get that out of D4?
Ooh, to my dex throw?
Yep.
Okay. And then plus whatever my modifier is too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sweet.
14 for me.
You are good.
16.
You are good.
I have 14 as well.
You are good. Oops, you muted, Dan.
Sorry, 13.
You are not good. So you're already on the ground, so I guess, no, you stood back up. So yeah, you're going to fall to the ground prone as this whole place starts to quake and tremor like crazy. You can see several larger rocks starting to fall from the ceiling. People screaming in the distance as this chaos just breaks out everywhere. Over to the side, Mithra, you see Cora Dahl coming in, but he kind of stops as he starts to scan this crowd around you. And you could swear for a moment you see a bit of panic on his face. As you look as well, you can see all these grotesque, slimy, blob-like people pulling themselves from the ground. You can see Malachi and the others begin to fight, and this whole place just erupts into a riot. On the outer ring of sentinels, all start to quickly come in, unsheathing their swords.
They're coming towards us or going out towards the crowd?
Trying to wrap in around the crowd, encircle the crowd.
I'm gonna
Cora Dahl's actually going to stop for a second and not even paying attention to you for a moment, just focused on the crowd.
I'm going to cast Mage Armor on myself right now while he's not looking. And as I'm going to cast Mage Armor on myself, but I'm also, as he's sort of noticing that he's not really paying attention to me, I'm going to yell at him, do you really want to keep doing this, or do you want to get the fuck out of here?
His eyes will...
I'm sorry for that. I'm not actually sure what... Do I have to roll for that?
Mage Armor? No. It just puts your AC at 13 plus your dex, I believe.
Yes. So instead of 15, it will be... instead of 13, it'll be 15 now.
All right. When you say that, his eyes will come back over to you, and he looks almost right past you for the moment, sort of grabs you on the shoulder and shoves you to the side as one of these skin blob things pulls itself through the chains. And you just see this flash of blue as he begins to pummel on it, and then grabs a hold of it, throwing it back out of the ring and turns towards you. He says, can't stand you, little wench, but we're going to have to fight our way out of here. I don't want them killing you and taking the glory. And with that, he will actually sort of back to back with you as these more people start to climb into the ring and these other things start to pull themselves in, but he is not focused on you right now.
Okay. Got my buddy back. We're partners again. There we go. That's how it was always meant to be.
And let's see, the prisoners are up. What do they do? You'll quickly see one of these prisoners slide up between the chains of the ring, come across, and it looks like he has this glint of stone in his hand as he comes forward, and they're getting ready to hit you with it. Ooh, and he got a 17. 2 points of damage, Mithra, as he comes around, just clapping you across the jaw with a stone that's in his hand. Knocks a few teeth loose. You'll see Cora Dahl behind you swing around, just grab this man by the hair and bring him out of the cell, or out of the ring with you. And Quinn, you are up, as all of this goes to hell quickly.
I am going to cast Minor Illusion and create the sound of a guard yelling out, "Stop the riot." And hopefully that just makes absolute anarchy just ensue on top of everything going on. And then I'm going to look to Monroe and say, "There's your diversion. Now what the hell do we do next?"
Says we just have to wait for him to get here. Says stick close together. He knows where he's going. I'm supposed to meet him here. He'll be through shortly. We just have to last long enough. That is the end of the round, and as it starts to close, you can see in the distance this heavy ringing sound. This whole place begins to shake. And off on a loft that's sort of overlooking this entire arena, you see the warden step up from his chair that he was sitting in, looking around. You'll see his eyes quickly take over this almost black, smoky-like appearance, and you can see vapors sort of wafting off of his face. And Quinn and Malachi, Mithra, you were down there as well. You guys will see coming up out of the ground these weird fish-like demonic creatures. These are the same ones that you saw back in the day when you were working in the mines that attacked. These frog-like, fishy, scaled humanoid things with tridents in hand. And in turn, they are going to begin battling as well. You will see them slaying both inmates, sentinels, as well as these blob things. But you'll notice that there is a bit more interest in these things fighting the blobs and vice versa, as some sort of war between the two is starting to break out. And then the sentinels and the prisoners battling one another as well. And Mary will look, so we only have to last long enough to get him here. Krieg, you are up first as all of this starts to go down. You'll notice inmates are more interested in you being a sentinel, so you'll have a glob of them coming at you at the moment.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm definitely going to start making my way right back to the ring and cutting anything in my path. Kind of doesn't matter if it's sentinel or if it's another sentinel or an inmate. I think he's just going full anger. Like, I think his rage is kicking in.
Nice. Make your way up to this ring. You'll see this pretty drow that's in the ring. A bit bloodied up at the moment, but Cora Dahl seems to have sort of teamed up with her at the moment as they're throwing these blobs and other inmates and sentinels from the ring, trying to hold their own for the time being. To the side, you'll see, I don't know if you probably recognize like Malachi and Quinn and stuff, as they have a little bit of a thing going on as well. But yeah, you're able to slice your way up there at the moment. Do you do anything else?
No, just
Nice.
Come here, blackguards! Get the fuck out the way!
Bodies will be flayed and thrown to side as you come in. Malachi, you are up. This crazed dwarf working his way past you up by the side of the ring. A severed blob splattering across your feet.
Does he seem to be heading towards the ring?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to I'll get up from my prone position from this weird shake, and I'm going to just follow in behind him. I'm not going to tuck right in. I'm not like pretending like we're friends. I'm just going to be like, utilizing his awesome use of the weapon and getting closer to Mithra.
All right.
So as long as he's working towards her and not against me, then I'm going to just be following behind.
he's laying the path for you. As you work your way through, you're going to see one of these globby things reach out, grabbing a hold of your back of your shirt, and you can feel its claws, this cold feeling rake across your skin. 1 point of damage, Malachi.
I was going to say, if he's right there, can I use the reaction to give the enemy disadvantage against him as this shield kind of just, on this spindly arm reaches out and tries to catch it before it gets him?
Oh, nice, totally. And yeah, that will succeed then. You will see as it reaches out, then it would catch a hold of the shield, the Sentinel, as he seems to have protected you for the moment.
Malachi, seeing that, would definitely take a new stance, and it would be more of like a, all right, now we're fighting together. Let's get there. And it would be more of a cooperation than anything.
Nice. The two of you make your way up beside the ring. You can see Cora Dahl and Mithra inside, starting to get overwhelmed a bit, but holding their own for the moment. Beside you, Quinn, Murray looks around, this smile forming on his face. Isn't it beautiful, Quinn? Yes, he says, I don't really like chaos much. It doesn't suit me very well, but there seems to be a bit of orderness to this chaos. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but our friend should be coming soon. And with that, you see he reaches over, throws one of these scaly humanoid type things that's coming at him, grabs a hold of it, and just launches it through the air. Much more powerful than what this old man looks like he could be able to do. And Mithra, you are up. There's sentinels, there's blobs, there's scaled humanoids, there's Cora Dahl, pretty much anything you can imagine pulling into the ring, fighting around you. You will see this crazed out looking, bulgy-eyed dwarf making his way towards you, just laying a swath of destruction. Malachi behind him, running towards you as well.
Okay. What's in between them and me? Is there like a whole bunch of prisoners in between?
No, just a few. Just a few. But they're filling up the ring quick.
All right. I'm gonna use Firebolt and just cast it at whoever's closest to me.
You don't actually have to roll for anything as there's so many. Awesome. And yeah, it'll just start blasting one of these skinny blob things. One of these scaled humanoids get blown apart. And then another sentinel next to Krieg, you see it smashes into him as he falls to the ground, flames erupting across his skin as he rises there, clearing a little bit of a path towards between the two of you. Quinn, you are up.
All right, this old man is definitely creeping me out, but I'm just going to defensively wait and make sure nothing is coming my way. I'm going to ready a Ray of Frost if something aggressive does come my way.
All right. And yes, you'll see a sentinel across the way quickly turn as he looks around. Quite a few dead bodies that are around him. Looks in your direction. Seems a little bit more interested in Miri, but being that you're in front of him, he rushes towards you, sword raised.
Someone's coming to me with the sword, sorry?
Yes, the sentinel.
Oh, all right. Well, then he's getting fucking blasted.
Go for it.
Just kidding. I can't roll above 6 tonight, so I rolled 10.
If it's a blast to the side, you'll hit one of the other inmates, maybe a blob or two, and freeze them up a little, but the sentinel quickly moves out of the way as he's rushing forward towards you. Ooh, and that's a 23.
That's going to do it.
With 7, 8, 9, 10 points of damage.
Holy moly, I am more than bloodied.
And Sentinel up next, Cora Dahl. He's going to grab a hold of you, Mithra, and start shoving you forward towards where he sees Mad Krieg and Malachi on the other side of the ring. Not better. He does sort of use you as a shield to bash people as he's swinging around and making his way through, but he protects you the best Cora Dahl knows how in such a situation. And let's see. Prisoners, what do they do? As this sentinel comes in, pretty deep gash across your shoulder, Quinn. See his boot will come up and just nail you in the gut, throwing you back. You will feel the sharp sting as a shiv enters the backside right into your kidneys. You'll see this grinning prisoner behind you, still bloodied up, shiv in hand. With 3 points of damage on that one.
Oof. Cough of blood as I almost drop down.
And the quake begins to pick up once more, so I need dexterity saving throws from everybody as the quake reaches new levels.
16 for Malachi.
You are good.
8.
Ooh, in that case, right beside you, Malachi, as you jump out of the way, you see this heavy boulder come down. It's going to nail you, Krieg, for 11 points of damage.
Ooh, ouch.
I rolled a 10 on my dex save.
That is not good for you either. Boulder comes down on you for 3.
Unconscious.
I rolled an 18 plus 2, so I think I'm good.
You are good as you jump out of the way. Let me check Cora Dahl. Apparently, you jumped out of the way so it could hit Cora Dahl. Oh. You're going to see this huge boulder come down. You'll feel Cora Dahl's hand on your shoulder as he's pushing you forward. Let go. If you glance over your shoulder, Mithra, you can see this heavy boulder that dropped from the ceiling just crushing Cora Dahl's whole lower end as he slams into the ring and it sinks down into the ground a little bit from the weight of this rock. But the lower half of his body is trapped underneath this huge boulder. And he'll let out this scream as he kind of pulls himself forward a little bit, and you can just see where the whole midsection of around his stomach and stuff is torn apart.
Jesus.
That is the end of that round. And with the end of this round, everybody give me a perception check.
16.
12.
18.
Ooh. I'm sure Quinn isn't overly perceptive right now, so Mithra, you're going to notice at first on the far end of this chamber, you're going to see what looks to be one of these pit racers. Yes. You see the distillery tank, the racer that's Cantos and Quinn were racing, pull itself out of this large tunnel. Billowing steam comes out of the back end of it, and it makes this roaring sort of sound. You'll see the tires on the back start to spin as this thing makes a beeline towards pretty much this massive crowd just running over everybody. You'll see blood splattered, gore flying, sentinels, inmates, skin blobs, scaled humanoid things alike, just getting mowed down as he plows his way through the crowd towards the ring and where you are, crushing everything in his path. Up first is Cora Dahl. You'll see him reach out. He looks at you, Mithra, and you can see the pain that he is in. He says, perhaps he would have won anyway. Hell of a fight. And with that, he's going to reach out and he grabs a hold of a couple of these chains in front of him. And all of his muscles on his chest, his shoulders, his biceps bulge out as he pulls himself forward a bit. And you can see that he just rips himself in half as he pulls forward. The lower half of his legs caught under this thing. Entrails spew behind him as he pulls forward. And he reaches out and he looks like he's trying to hand you something, Mithra.
I'm going to reach out my hand and try and grab it from him.
It'll sort of slap down into your hand hard as his whole body just collapses down, blood spilling forth from everywhere around him. It's going to be a small marble, a small black marble.
Can I use a short action, because I feel like Cora Dahl is about to be done anyways. Can I use a short action? I just want to... Oh, action. Minor illusion is a cantrip, yes?
Yeah.
Can I just use my cantrip and try and just... I feel so bad now because I really didn't like this guy, but I mean, I got a lot of pity in me. I'm just gonna... Can I just sort of make... I don't know really what this would make this guy happy, but I'm just gonna try and like just make him see something nice. I don't know, and I'm just gonna say I'm sorry and just run towards my group of friends. And I'm still holding on to whatever he gave me, but I haven't had a chance to even. I'm just gonna shove it in my pocket and look at it later.
So you'll see, maybe tap into him. You'll just see him looking down at his hands and this beautiful
Blue
book
sky and a sunrise.
as he's reading the book of Cora Dahl's poems. It was finally published. But yes, you will see he dies with a smile. Mithra, you are up.
All right.
You see Mad Krieg and Malachi down at the base of the stage in front of you between the chains, people all around. Quinn is on the ground bleeding out, severed in the front by a huge gash, and this prisoner behind her, the shiv deep into her back, like right into the kidney area. As he grabs her and just throws her into the crowd.
Who's closer to me?
Malachi
and
Mad Krieg and they'd be right sort of
Okay.
down in front of you.
I'm gonna run to them as fast as I can. If I can, I'd like to even jump to try and cross some of the distance. Maybe make an athletic check for that. And I'm gonna yell at Malachi as I get there. Your sister. You need to go get her. She's hurt.
Fuck.
And
What you got here? Shit.
I mean, I rolled a 15. I feel like I can make an alright jump from there.
You do like the top rope jump off the side of the ring into the crowd surf a little and get down. But yeah, when she says that, you'll notice, Malachi, as you turn, this inmate, quite a beefy-looking fellow, greasy-haired, slicked back, a bit of a patchy beard, just kind of throw her to the side, this bloody shiv in hand, kicks her a little bit and turns towards the next person next to him. Ooh, the Sentinel. So as you land on the ground and you yell to Smithra, you'll turn around just in time to see the Sentinel in front of you. Swinging a blade. What is your AC at the moment?
Sorry, me?
Yep.
Oh, should be 15.
All right, it misses then. So you just feel the grace as this blade swings across, maybe slicing your hair a little bit and giving you a trim, but it does not hit you. Ooh, and let's see what the prisoners do. All around you, the prisoners pretty much just a chaos as they fight one another. None of them really notice anybody in particular at the moment. Malachi, you are up. You will see Quinn on the ground a fair distance away since you were running opposite directions, so probably a good movement at least.
My first move would be to pull Mad Krieg up, get him to his feet. I would be like, fucking crazy Sentinel, and I'd just grab his shoulders and yank him to his feet. Then I lock eyes with that son of a bitch who stabbed my sister. How far away is he?
One movement.
Okay, so I'm going to just Eldritch Blast him, but I've got a con up to my Eldritch Blast. It's now a Repelling Blast. So, obviously Malachi will just start getting pissed off. His concentration, his hands will come together. And from his left hand, you'll see 5 different points of a star forming in his hand, this micro star. And it'll blast forward. And I would imagine it just hits automatically. I have no idea. Eldritch Blast. Action, attack. Okay, I'm going to do an attack.
Yep.
Oh, it's 17 plus 4 is 21. And as it hits his chest, it'll just blast him back 10 feet. Let's see. One game.
You don't have to roll damage for these guys because I'm not going to try and keep track of all of them. So yeah, it'll blast him. You can see half of his chest just get blown apart as he flies through the air, smashes into a few other inmates, and sort of everybody collapses on the ground a little bit, opening up a little bit of a path for you to get to Quinn, who is on the ground quickly bleeding out.
Which I will do with the rest of my movement I have from picking up the crazy dwarven sentinel.
All right. Murray is up. He reaches down, grabbing a hold of you, Quinn, rolls you over. He's like, God damn, it's a hell of a shiv. Well, hopefully your brother can save her. And with that, he turns around and starts pummeling the person next to him as he's waiting for Cantos to get there. Quinn, you are up.
Success. 10.
Thus, beautiful. As you're running towards Quinn Malachi, you'll see 2 of these skin blobs just pounce on her, start chewing away, ripping the bits of flesh. Go ahead and take a fail, too. Mad Krieg, you are up.
Yeah, I think, man, Mad Krieg's a little torn. He's looking. Mithra's right here. He needs her, but he also desperately needs the sister. He needs this person called Quinn. So I think he's gonna kind of just give his crooked smile and kind of grab a hold of Mithra's collar or something and start pulling her along towards moving as fast as he can, dragging her towards Quinn, towards this fallen person that he knows is Quinn. And I think behind him he's gonna throw out the bag of caltrops to kind of fuck up and slow down anything coming in along behind him. Kind of buy a little time from the surge of crowds.
Yes,
And then what's that?
You'll see inmates and stuff coming, sort of filling in the area behind you, but yeah, that'll definitely slow them
Yeah,
up.
it's minimal damage, just reduces their movement to almost nothing or half or whatever. But then he's just going to yell back at Mithra, "How do you know me? You know me? Do you know my name?"
I don't know you, but you're with my friends.
Ah, blast it! You know me. I know you know me. And he's just going to keep pulling her along.
I feel like I'm just going to look very confused. I feel like we could just figure this out later.
Now is not the time.
I'm sorry, maybe I had a couple too many drinks. I don't remember.
As he grabs and do you go with him as he's dragging you along?
Yeah, if he's going with my friends, yeah. I'll take any protection I can get right now.
All right. And with that, I need dexterity saving throws as this quake starts to slow down a little bit, but the lasting ramifications of it.
It's a 7.
That is not good for you.
Not one.
A what?
Oh.
Not one.
Well, that gives me inspiration.
Oh, shit.
14?
You are good. So, Malachi, 7 points of damage. Just a couple of rocks and boulders clip off your shoulders.
Oh,
And I got an inspiration point. And Mad Krieg. Ooh, 12.
Ooh. 12.
Does that put you down?
Yeah, that is going to put me down.
You'll see him dragging you along, Mithra, and then this huge rock just come down, smashing into the side of him. It kind of throws him to the side, but he lets go of you and just disappears into this crowd. But you can just see the splattering of blood and the bits and pieces of flesh, probably, and Sentinel armor and other such things as it smears across the ground. And this end of the round. First up is Quinn.
All right, come on, natural 20. 18, 2 successes.
All right. Mad Krieg, death roll.
Do I take another fail for this? Because obviously I didn't succeed the saving throw, so that probably would have put me...
Nope, I just rolled. I gave you a percentage chance for something to hit you and it missed.
Okay. So let me make this death save first. Or should I... I'm going to throw up the second wind. Do you still want me to do,
you can just use that then.
save?
Yeah, you don't need the save. Nope.
Okay, so that is going to give me, of course, 2 plus 2, so fire level. So 4 more, bumps me back up to 3.
So nope, you are up and can take your action then.
He kind of climbs to his feet, spits out blood, maybe a tooth, checks his wrecked armor, and looks around to see where everybody is.
You would have been thrown to the side probably 10, 15 feet, so you can see maybe Quinn on the ground, Mithra in the distance and stuff, but there's just people closing in quickly. You will actually notice, I guess, if you're looking at where they are, just this mowing of people just flying through the air and this roaring sound. The top steam of the skillery cannon as it's just mowing through the crowd.
Excellent. Yeah, so he goes kind of laughing along and just cutting his way and swinging. And if I need to use the action surge, I'm definitely prepared to do that to catch back up to Mithra and try and keep an area clear around, just hacking at anything that's not the people that I need with me now.
Hacking at everybody.
Indiscriminate of prisoner or guard.
Yeah, you can make your way back over with that. And let's see. You're going to come up.
Does that need the action surge?
Yeah, I would say in this case.
Okay. Yeah, just so I can keep track. Cool.
As you come clear and you come up to Mithra, you see several prisoners start to working their way around this old man. You'd know him as Old Man Murray. More often works in the maintenance stuff. Fairly nice guy from what Krieg knows him anyway. But yes, he is just hurling prisoners left and right and pummeling. You can see his hands every now and then look almost like they're made of metal, or you swear he has daggers or something in his hands. But whoever comes away from him is completely bloodied up. One of these prisoners does get a nice good shank on the old man, though. And he'll go to the side. Oops, they don't need that one. And, don't need that either. Mithra, you are up. In front of you, you can see Murray battling with these prisoners, getting their blows back and forth for a moment. Quinn is at his feet, bloodied up. This crazy-looking dwarf is just slaying people left and right as he's coming towards you. And you too will see the distillery cannon maybe about 30 feet out, just racing towards all of you, mowing down everything in its path. As people's screams are cut short, you can hear the squashing and quashing of their bones, flesh, and it's more like a spray of blood behind it.
That's our aid.
So, the thing is, I'm assuming any spell I would have to throw at it wouldn't do a lot, eh? The thing is probably pretty
not.
big.
Yeah.
All right. Am I close enough? Have we reached Quinn yet? Can I pick her up and try and drag her along with us?
Yeah.
All right. Do I have to, maybe an athletic, probably not very athletic, but...
You don't have to pick her up or whatever around her, no, but it looks like Murray's trying to keep the area clear around her as well. This dwarf is now as well. You can see Malachi coming towards her.
Can I do a medicine check and see if I can do anything to help Quinn at this
Yeah, you can try to stabilize her.
All right. Ooh, that's a nat 20.
Anybody? I think Quinn still needs inspiration.
Yeah, I'm spending like a Skittles.
Okay, another point of inspiration for
So
Quinn.
you stabilize her so awesome she is inspired when she wakes up.
I come gasping to air and reach up like Malachi, whispering it out, and then I am in a daze. I see that it's actually Mithra, confused.
Yeah, no, it's me.
Is this person you were going to leave behind has come to your rescue?
Hey, no reason to bring that up.
Technically, I don't know, but I'm going to get the sense that Quinn's feeling a little guilty right now. And I'm wondering why.
As you do look up, Quinn, you will see Mithra looking down at you. It seems to be quickly stabilizing you and trying to get things in order a little bit, but you'll see the Sentinel come up behind her, this hammer in hand. As it comes down across your back, Quinn, unfortunately, that's a 22 for 8 points. No, 8, 9, 10, 11 points of damage, Quinn.
To me?
Or I'm sorry, Mithra. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Okay.
what?
Is she within 5 feet of me?
Mithra, you'd be making your way towards her.
Okay, not quite there.
Yeah, I'm sorry. But yeah, Quinn, as you wake up and look above, you can see the Sentinel coming up behind Mithra as she is stabilizing you. And yes, that hits you, Mithra, for 11 points of damage.
Yeah, I'm out.
So as you look up, she'll just slump across your body, Quinn. Malachi, you are up. You could see this drow as she stabilized your sister long enough to get her awake, but she in turn is just crushed under the heavy hammer of one of these sentinels. Quickly boots her over to the side as is making his way towards Murray.
Yeah, Malachi's pissed. He's a little confused. He's like, I just saw Mithra. How the fuck did she get there? But more than that, he's just fucking angry. And he'll finally get to Quinn. This Sentinel just slowly getting out of our way towards Monroe. And Malachi will just stand there getting steaming hot. And he'll cast Arms of Hadar. And anyone within 10 feet radius of me, I get to do 2d6 necrotic damage to. And these blue arms just swing out of Malachi and just start wildly swinging all around him, hitting basically everything in their path except, hopefully except friends.
Yeah, he can see inmates and sentinels, skinny blob things, and these scaled humanoid things alike as they're just getting pummeled by these tentacles that come up out of the ground, thrown every which way. In front of you, you can see this huge pit racer as it's mowing the crowd towards all of you. You can see that it's starting to veer off a little bit as if it's looking like it's going to come beside you, not literally actually run you all over, but it's mowing down everybody else, in the path as along with it. You will have one of these skinny glob things get through on you, Malachi, though, with a 19.
That'll hit.
With 5 points of damage.
Okay, I don't know if I'm allowed to do this right now, but I have a reaction called Hellish Rebuke. Is that fair to use at this point?
Yeah.
Okay, so if this thing touches me, I'm in such a furious state that anything that touches me is just getting it. So Hellish Rebuke is 2d10 fire damage.
I'll just say it wipes out 2d10 people and creatures around you.
Yeah, because Malachi is like fucking snapping.
How many people does it hit? You can roll.
Three.
So yes, you will see 3 of these skin blob things that were coming in and hit you as they just go up in flames and throw into the side. And that is the end of the round. You'll hear the screeching of these wheels, the crushing of bodies, screams, as this huge distillery tank come up beside all of you. Cantos is in the front of this thing with the wheel. Inmates and sentinels and other people begin quickly trying to climb upon it. Murray quickly grabs a hold of the side of this thing, pulls himself up, and you can just see him standing in the center of it, sort of up higher than the others, this black bolts of energy just ripping off of him as he blasts people on and off of it, until you look over at all of you and says, "Hurry the hell up, we need to get out of here." And Cantos will slam on the pedal. You can see the wheels start to spin as he gets ready to take off with you guys. Grab a hold or not. Malachi, you are up.
I will grab onto Mithra tightly and hold on to any set piece of this thing that I can, with both arms wrapped around Mithra, grabbing onto the side of the wagon, making sure that she's held tight and safe, and I'm ready to go.
Nice. As you'll start to pull away, you'll see Quinn still laying on the ground behind you, but Mad Krieg, you are up.
Mad Krieg sheathes his sword and just scoops up Quinn and does the same, runs to jump on and climb onto this big old wagon.
Give me an athletics check as this thing starts to pull away and you're running to jump and grab a hold.
Okay. Yeah, it's going to be 15 modified.
Nice. Yes, you grab a hold of the back end, your legs flailing a little behind as you catch a hold of it and pull yourself onto it. Mithra, are you unconscious?
Yep. 100%.
I need a death save, please.
Is that just a D20?
Yep, D20, 1 through 10 to fail, 11 plus is pass.
Oh, hang on. Sorry, I messed that up. I dropped it. I was just going to do a reroll because I knocked it over and I don't know what the first roll was. Sorry. 12?
12 is a pass, so you should just mark one of the little pass box check thingies. Don't worry about the prisoners as they start to climb up, but they're quickly shoved off, sentinels alike. Quinn, you are stabilized, so you are good. And actually, with that, you're going to see Kavil grab a hold of the side of this thing to pull himself up, and he'll run over to where you are. Mithra reaches down. He has 1 Cure Light Wounds, so let's use that one last one that he has for a whopping 2 points of damage for you. Or 2 points of healing, Mithra, sorry.
Okay. And sorry, when I pass on my death save, do I wake up with 1 HP, or like would I be at 3 or would I just be at 2?
You just stabilize.
Okay.
In this case, though, you will wake up with 2.
Okay.
So you don't need any more death saves. And Quinn's already thingy. And with that, you'll see as you wake up with these couple of points that Kavil gives you, Mithra, and you will see what looks to be one of these skin blob things. It's almost like this long, fleshy arm grabs a hold of the back of Kavil's hair, and as this thing takes off, you just see his body fly up and then disappear into the crowd behind you.
Kavil?
And this, yes. And you will see this slight scream, but this last thing is he's sort of looking at you, giving you this last spell, and then he disappears into this pile of gore behind the wheels of this thing.
Yeah, I'm starting to get a little teary-eyed here. Why is everyone dying around me? Jesus Christ.
And with that, Murray will kick the last of the couple sentinels that are trying to climb on board off as he grabs a hold and says, "Hurry up and brace yourselves, everybody." Up next to you, Malachi, you will hear this grunt as you're sort of up near the front a little bit. You look over, you can see this huge arrow sticking out of the side of Kantos's neck. As he slumps forward a little bit onto the wheel, his body going limp, the whole machine will almost come to a stop as he's not hitting any gas or anything.
I will jump down and crawl however I have to get into his seat and take over the reins.
What do you do with him?
I'm going to push him into the seat so that he stays up. I want to rob him before I throw him overboard.
But he's not dead, but he's definitely unconscious.
That's cool.
And yeah, are you driving then?
Yep.
All right.
Hardcore. Going all out. Let's do it.
And with that, Murray will come up behind you, and you can just see his hand as it kind of comes up beside you, and he points to a tunnel in the distance. Says, "Head down the tunnel. Just floor it. Go as fast as you can."
Sure, I know what I'm doing.
Beautiful. As you will give me a purity saving throw as you pretty much smash innocents and attackers alike in the path. Well, I guess I should ask you, are you willing to mow down whoever's in your way?
Oh, fuck yeah.
All right, give me a purity saving throw.
Sure. Yeah. More than happy to. Oh, that's 18 on the dice.
So yeah, you feel maybe a little bit of guilty, but not much. They're all assholes anyway. As you plow down inmate
They're
sentinels
in jail for...
and everybody alike, and head towards this dark tunnel. The whole machine fits into a fairly tight. In the front of it, you'll see this bright white globe appear, almost like a light on the front of this thing. It's pretty much straight shots. A few people here and there moving through the tunnel that you quickly smush underneath. And behind you, you can hear the screams start to die off a little bit. And how about we take a quick 5-minute break right there?
Sounds good. I rolled 1 on my D4, so I think that means I'm unconscious for 2 hours.
You will wake up in a whole new world.
That's all right. Can't be any worse than the current world.
I don't know. I choose to remain dubious. I'll be right back.
Same.
This is rad.
Hi.
Just waiting for that ginger.
Oh, that ginger
It's
again?
me, that ginger. He's
There it
here.
is. All right, Dan. So this is the important question. On a scale of 1 to 5, how hard are you putting the pedal to the metal?
I'd have to say on the comparable 1 to 5 scale, Masterful DM, I would probably be going at an 8.9.
All right, beautiful. So you'll see beside you, Murray pull Cantos to the side. He rips this arrow out of the man's neck and quickly shoves what looks to be like this cotton ball or something in the wound, straps this cord around him, sort of tying him to the side of it, and then pulls himself into the seat beside you. He says, just follow this tunnel. You should slow down a little. But give me a sleight of hand with a -5.
Oh, jeez. Well, that's a nat 20.
Ooh. So no, you are good then. You can. Does everybody have inspiration?
Yep.
I think everybody does now.
Well, can I give you disadvantage?
Did I start with inspiration?
Yes, you do.
Oh, okay. Then I still have one. I didn't realize I had one. Cool.
Yep, everybody starts with one, and if anybody rolls a nat 20, they can inspire somebody else to get a point of inspiration back. No, yeah, you're able to watch these halls, maybe intuition, your sixth sense, but you make your way down through this long tunnel for a good 5-6 minutes, just flooring it. Of course, you smack up against the walls here and there. There's a few areas a little too tight, but the machine seems to be holding up. It's pretty heavy damage between running over everybody, all the scar marks, and the pit race before, and now as you slam into a few corners here and there, but the distillery tank is holding together well enough. Eventually, you'll come out into this large chamber, and Murray will slow down. And he'll see fishes out of his back pocket and opens this, what looks to be almost like a map of the tunnels out. And he starts looking it over. It's good. Check on your sister. And he reaches in. He'll give you the small little vial of black liquid, Malachi. He says, go ahead and give her this. I should wake her up. Give me a moment to figure out where we are, and then we can get the hell out of here. We only have moments.
Well, I'll make them fucking count.
And yeah, he'll be looking over this map, and you can see he's writing stuff down and trying to get an idea of where you guys are at. What do the rest of you do?
Mad Krieg, I think, is definitely going to jump up there and look at this guy. And does he recognize this map? Do these tunnels look familiar from what he had previously seen?
It looks like what would have been one of the maps right off of the warden's desk, yes.
Okay. Do I have any additional assistance I might be able to add to him to get him pointed in the right direction?
Yeah, I'll give him an advantage on his roll then, if you want to help him out.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I think he kind of looks down over it. I think it's right here, and points out a spot.
You can see it with your good eye.
All right.
How about Mithra and Malachi?
Sorry, are we on our way out now? We're on the cart now?
Yep, just on the vehicle that's come to a stop at the moment as Murray looks over trying to get a beat on where you guys are and how to get out of here, but taking a quick break. He gave Malachi the small little vial to give Quinn, but...
All right, see, where am I here? Might have been, I'm alive, all right. Can I... I'm gonna look at Malachi and be like, here, give me the vial, I'll give it to your sister. Is she supposed to drink it, or just put it under her nose to kind of wake her up?
Just make her drink it. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Okay. So I'm gonna go over and give it to Quinn.
It says you dump this. It'll wake you up, Quinn. Healing 1d6, actually.
Oh, yeah?
I'll
Go
let
ahead
you roll
and roll
that.
Go ahead
Want me
and roll
to?
it.
1.
Fuck.
It is extremely bitter and disgusting tasting, but it immediately sets you into this almost just fury of rage. You're not quite sure why. It's almost just like a bipolar mood swing all of a sudden hits you. What do you do?
A bipolar mood hits me.
Yeah, just an absolute rage for a moment.
I imagine
washes
I'm
over
probably
you.
not in like the best of moods anyways, on the account that I just got crushed by a rock. So I just like come to and am taking in the scenery, trying to figure out where I am, where the hell my brother is. Just like coughing heavily, pick myself up and just like, what the hell happened?
I'd be there by our side now. Well, you didn't make it. Fucking got crushed by a rock, dumbass. You feeling all right?
Yeah. Are we still like speeding along in the car? Sorry, I missed that.
Nope, it came to a stop. He's just old man Murray's looking over the maps to figure out where to go to get you guys out of here. So basically giving you 2 or 3 minutes downtime.
We're almost out.
Jesus. Are we still in the prison?
Yeah, kind of. One of the tunnels, I think.
Where's Mithra? Did she make it?
Yeah, we got her. She's right here. She's the one that woke you up.
Is Mithra standing beside me at all in my
I'm
vicinity?
just gonna be like, hey girl,
Hey,
you don't look so hot.
yeah. You shouldn't have done that.
Done what?
Coming after me.
Why not?
I don't know. We
You
barely
seem really
even know
moody.
each other.
Yeah, well, we came in here together. We said we were getting out together.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm just gonna kind of shrug. I mean, I'm not. Seems like Quinn's really emotional, and I don't really get why. So
I'm edgy, okay? Just like, just saying. I don't know if I would have did the same for you.
fair enough.
Just
Thanks,
rest,
anyways.
Putz.
You can owe me one later.
Guess I do. And who the fuck is this character? I imagine I see a beady-eyed looking dwarf.
Yeah, we're not really too sure about that. I'm gonna look at him as well and kind of be like, "So, what are you
Just
doing
the
here?"
one beady eye.
Sorry,
just
I'm
the
gonna
one
look
beady eye.
directly into your beady eye and just kind of look at you and be like,
What are you looking at?
"What are you here for?"
He was cutting down everyone alike to get to spread a path. Whoever he is, he was definitely helpful.
Ah, yes. I was given a quest by the Queen herself. And you're all involved now.
Is she wearing
Fuck the queen.
Sentinel's gear?
What?
You're wearing Sentinel's gear, aren't you? How do we know we can trust you? What are you talking about, Queen?
Who told you about the Queen?
You did.
Oh,
What
that's
Queen?
because she put me on a quest and you're part of it now.
I'm gonna take a deep whiff and just. Can I smell any alcohol or anything off this guy?
Nope. Maybe just some BO and dust.
All right.
I was given this. And he reaches into, beneath his leathers and pulls out this scratch parchment with a kind of smudged charcoal drawing that looks exactly like Mithra. I was told I had to get her, for somebody told me about I had to get her to take her to Baldur's Gate. There's an address written right on it, right here. Yes, to Willow Street in Baldur's Gate. Yes.
Can I reach over and snatch the paper out of his hands?
Yeah. He doesn't put up a fight. Yeah, and it exactly has listed. It's a charcoal sketch drawing, a little smudged from handling.
Looks a lot like me. They did a good job.
Yeah, and it's got the address 112 Willow Street, LD, Baldur's Gate, scrawled onto it. I was told to bring you, and I swear that there's something you know me. I'm confident you know me or my past. You know something, and you, and he points at Quinn. You've got all the names. You know all the names, and maybe you can help me find mine.
You don't know your name?
They call me Mad Krieg.
You seem like you have a bit of amnesia.
No, my memory is perfect, like like a solid stone anvil or steel even. It's like a trap. I remember the smell of the salty air coupling it along on a nice big ship. I remember it like it was yesterday.
But you don't remember who sent you to get me, which could have theoretically been yesterday.
Well, I've been here in this prison for 5 years, so it's been a bit of a journey. But the Queen sent me, so it's all got to be connected somehow. It's connected.
Malachi's gonna walk up to Mad Krieg, put his hand on his shoulder, look him right in the eye, and just look at him and say, "You're a weird motherfucker."
Ah, ha, 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 ha.
And I'm just gonna walk past him and go back up to the front with Monroe.
Just gonna look around and be like, "Where the hell's Cavill?"
And I don't know if anyone else really saw what happened to Cavill, but I definitely did. So yeah, Cavill kind of like saved my life, to be honest. Healed me and then got hit and disappeared. Honestly, I didn't see where he landed, but I don't think he made it.
Shit. You guys are fucking reckless as hell, saving each other's lives.
Speaking of people dying, I'm going to pull out this thing that Cora Dahl gave me and just show it to you guys, because I'm guessing I don't really have any idea what it is. Do I? I don't know. I'm going to
It's
look
a
at
black
it.
marble as far as really anybody's considered. Doesn't radiate any kind of magic or anything. It's just a black marble.
Yeah, so I got this black marble.
I'll take a look at it. Can I take an Arcana check on it?
Sure.
All right. Obviously, just to see if it's magical. 22.
It's the most mundane marble you've seen.
Wow, that's impressive. A token of his love, I'm sure.
Seemed like really strange, though. He really seemed like he had to give it to me before he died.
You do remember Quinn, though, if you think for a moment. You remember walking by his cell a few times and he was playing marbles on the floor and flicking this little black marble across. It seemed to be his quite, pastime hobby, a prized possession.
Just to clarify here, he dragged his severed body across the floor to give this to me. So part of me is feeling like it's important.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. I'm gonna say to her, how much longer are we sitting around here? I'm gonna look to Monroe.
Let's see what Murray gets. He says,
I'd very much like to take a short rest if the option's there.
says, "Come on, Merrick, go ahead and let's cruise down this tunnel." He says, "Even with the crazy doors help, I'm not quite sure where we're at." He says, "I think we're here." And he'll show you the map, Malachi. You can see this large tunnel, a couple branching off. Doesn't really have things labeled, and it's quite haphazardly done. He says, "One way or another, all these tunnels lead out of this place eventually, but we need to be able to follow these long, wide enough for the vehicle to fit. I say we just go as far as we can, as fast as possible, put some distance between us, because the warden will have sentinels out in no time at all. My minions won't be there much longer, if not already gone. And his too will only be a matter of time. So I say we just go for the moment. Just go."
I'll just start driving. Yeah.
Don't forget about the creatures.
What?
And Murray will look over. "What do you mean?"
Oh, he'll see. Need something big and something fast to get through these tunnels. Because of the creatures.
I'll just start speeding up.
Do I know where we are in the prison at all, or like are we far past the prison?
No, they only drove a few minutes out. Honestly, you could probably hear the echoes of battle still echoing down the tunnel a little bit from where you're at, although it's going to be quickly disappearing behind you. So you don't get the sense you're very far from it, really.
Can I say that we're at least reasonably close to the leisure basin area? Is there a chance that is? Because I definitely do not have my spellbook with me.
I know what you're thinking. Give me a survival. See if you can try and figure out about where you are in the grand scheme of things.
Come on, bad rolls. We've all been saving up for this moment. That's pretty high, but I'm gonna spend my inspiration like candy anyways, just in case I can get higher. I did, so I got a 17.
17. These halls don't really look too recognizable or anything, but you will notice the intense heat and warmth that seems to be around you. You're guessing you would either be below the mines or somewhere around where the solitary is. It's that same hot underground heat, basically.
So within reason, could I make my way there if I'm quick, or is it like a lost cause right now?
If you can figure out how to get there and talk them into it, sure.
I'm going to look to Murray and just be like, all right, do you know where we are? Do you know where we are right now? I need to know. There's something that I need to get. I cannot leave without it.
Quinn, we don't have time to make stops.
I'm telling you, I'm sorry, I can't go. Just panic in my eyes. I need something.
So then what is it? I'm not making a stop just so you can get the new shoelaces or something.
My book. It's my spell book. It's everything to me.
There's plenty of spell books. You'll have to get a new one.
No, you don't understand. And I'll come up to him and I grab him like, this thing, I cannot leave without it.
Since we don't have time, by the time we stop and get out of here, you know they're all going to be coming. And he'll look over at you, Malachi. Says, tell your sister, we don't have time for this.
Quinn, there's got to be another way for you to get a new one.
I'll look at him and say there's not. And I imagine I'd probably be a little teary-eyed about it, which is a break in her mannerisms.
You got like a minute and a half I can stall this for, and that's it. You better start running.
But I have no clue where I am, right? Krieg, you said you've been here for 5 years. I'm going to come over to you desperately. Do you know where we are? Please tell me.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to ask. Would I know the layout? I mean, I kind of know the floor structuring. Would I know the layout enough to possibly help?
Yes, you would. You would know that you would be below the mines. A floor above you, if you could get a tunnel up above or whatever the case is, would take up to the mines, and the mines have the elevator that would leave up into the west wing. So it's a matter of trying to find. Give me, I'm going to say investigation to see if you know a tunnel or...
Can I aid him?
Sure.
Right, so that's with advantage?
How do you aid him?
I mean, I'm pretty familiar with the... I guess not this far, but I will cast Minor Illusion and light up the area. Here, take a better look.
All right.
Oh, cool. Okay, yeah, because otherwise I was going to be using inspiration. All right, so with advantage...
I knew I should have grabbed that fucking book.
Oh, so 12, that puts me at 11.
Yeah, you're pretty sure you could probably direct them, but you're going to have to go on foot. The car isn't going to fit in those tunnels.
Yeah, well, this is the 6th floor.
You figure
Mine
maybe
is the next one.
10 to 15 minutes.
Ugh, how long does this last for? I think I got something here. I just need 10 minutes, and I can be back.
I don't think we can give you that long, sis.
Mary shakes his head. I can't bear that much time. If you're not back, we're leaving.
This wagon's got a gun, yeah? It's got the cannons. Just turn them around back the way we came and blast the crap out of anything that comes down. Unless it looks like me or her.
I'm already going to say, then leave without me, and I'm going to start taking off and cast Disguise Self and make myself look like a Sentinel.
I'm going to go with to aid in direction and moving.
Malachi is going to say, shit, and start backing up the wagon and pointing the guns.
Murray will look over and says, we needed it to be light. The cannons, they're not filled.
Well, they're intimidating.
I just realized I won't do nothing. He says, I'm sorry, Malachi, but I'm not waiting for her. She isn't here in 10 minutes. He says, you can stay or go with me, but I'm going. Having spent
Yeah.
35 years here just to end up back in this hellhole.
I am bolting as quick as I can.
I understand, old man, but Malachi does not move from the driver's seat.
With that, Mad Krieg and RPGinger, we will swing over to you guys. All right, so Krieg and Quinn, you guys will start taking off. You can kind of lead her some of the way, Krieg, looking for some sort of tunnel that would go up, eventually finding one. I'll say give me a 1d4 roll, Krieg. See how long it'll be, how many minutes it takes you to find a...
Oh, 2.
So about 2 minutes goes before you guys find a tunnel that leads up. You climb up this steel ladder. Who's climbing up the ladder first?
Ladies first, I'll say.
Just quickly climb up, Quinn. Move through this small tunnel. Up above, as you come to the top of it, there's a grate or something over top that is... You gotta try to get open. What do you do?
Shit, I'll push as hard as I can.
Give me a strength check.
Hey, Krieg, I need some help up here.
And kind of wiggles up past.
Yeah,
Lucky for you, I'm a skinny dwarf.
I'll get out of his way, and I aid him because there ain't no chance in hell that I'm pushing it open. I probably can't aid him because I'm on a ladder. That's cool if I can't.
I rolled a 16, so that's going to be a 19 total.
Nice. Takes a few shoves, maybe use your sword a little bit to pry this thing. Finally, it cracks open, swings up. Above, you can see this bright red light. Quinn, you would recognize it from the mines. Krieg as well. As you guys pull yourself up, as you glance around these mines, you can see bodies are everywhere, both inmates and Sentinel alike. A lot of them convulse or their bodies shake and writhe in these weird undulations. Some have red eyes, some have black eyes. And as you guys swing open this thing and pull yourselves up in, you'll see a good dozen of them or so look in your direction and start moving away. Bodies are all dead people, completely cleaved. You'll recognize them when you were there, Quinn. They just never cleaned up the mess that was there before when you guys were down here. And they all start sort of dragging themselves across the ground towards all of you. You can see the elevator in the distance, though it's currently raised. You'd have to get over and lower it to get in and get up.
Oh, shit.
I vote run.
Yep. And I will do that and run over. Seeing that the elevator needs to be down, I'm going to yell that we need to... these things are moving slow, right? Like, do we have time?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. I think I'm quicker, so I'm going to yell, can you just distract them for a moment? We got to get the elevator down, and I'm going to run over to the elevator and press the button or lever and start cranking or whatever I need to do.
So as you run about to create, kind of clearing the way for Quinn, they're going to start to form around you a little bit. See if any of you...
Oh, that is not slow at all.
One of them will make its way over to you to reach out and get a hold of you, grabbing a hold of your ankles. It's these black, rotting teeth sinking in. This one has red eyes. You can feel not much damage, 2 points of damage as it sinks its teeth in.
To who?
What does Krieg have?
Is it okay to me?
Yeah.
Yep. I'm sitting at 1 now. AC 14, just in case.
Okay. Yeah, and I got a 17. Yeah, but this thing is going to grapple you. Quickly starts pulling you or pulling itself up onto your body. More and more start to come in. As you look behind you, Quinn, you can see one has a hold of Krieg. More are starting to circle around him. Above you, this elevator slams down to a stop beside you.
I'm going to release out a burst of Ray of Frost and say, come on, we got to get out of here, and hit it, hopefully, and clear the path for him. 18 to hit.
That's a hit. Damage.
Oh, I actually have to damage these things. Fuck.
Yeah, let's see.
5.
You blast it off of him. As this thing freezes over and just explodes into bits and pieces off of you, Krieg.
I'm jumping on that elevator.
All right, so you get over. Let's see if any of them can get on there. Oh,
Hack 'em, Krieg.
3 of them pull themselves up onto this leverage elevator as it starts to rise up. I guess we will just do initiative with that since there's 3 of them on there.
I'm fucking sorry, guys. Did I just break everything?
Let me find Krieg and Myth. Krieg, Quinn. All right. So, Mad Krieg, you are up first. There's 3 of these that almost remind you of like zombies or something, but they kind of undulate and writhe, almost puppeteer-like, as they grab a hold of you and reaching for Quinn and pull themselves up onto this elevator as it rises.
Yeah, I'm hacking away. Whatever the closest one, or whichever one is closest.
Go for it. They're all within range because it's only a 10 by 10 platform.
All right. So that is going to be a 14.
And that's a hit.
Nice. And for D8 and for max damage 13.
Oh Jesus! Yes. You'll just blast apart one of these. Up next is one of these things. And let's see, this will be towards Krieg for 19.
Oh, yeah.
1 point of damage, but I think that's all you had.
Yep, yeah. And Krieg tips over.
Next up is the other one of these things, I guess on you, Quinn, with a 7, so that's not a hit. And Quinn, you are up.
Fucker.
You see Krieg go down, one of these starting to chew on him, the other one focusing on you. You're about halfway up.
All right, I think I got a hope for this to work. No, this is single target also. Fuck. And how close are we?
It's a 10 by 10 platform.
All right, I guess Ray of Frost. Natural 20. Yes.
So you can inspire Krieg. I think he used his inspiration.
Yes, I will.
Cool, thank you.
And that makes sense.
How about that cleave through damage? Because I just did 2 natural 6s on my...
Blast one more apart that is coming towards you. So there's only one left as you guys rise up the last little bit.
So did that time we sat, having the discussion down in the wagon, did that count as a rest or not quite?
Not quite, no.
No? Okay.
It was only a couple minutes. And the zombie thing is up first, and it's just going to continue to chew on you, Krieg, so mark a failure. And as you blast this one apart beside you, Quinn, you see this one look over, and it goes to stand up a little bit. Its foot catching on one of these bars as it tips back. Yeah. Failing. You can see that it has pretty good hold on Mad Krieg as this thing tips to the back and then falls over the side, starting to drag Krieg with it over the side of the elevator. What do you do?
I will shout out, shit, and I'll jump and try to grab onto him, skidding across the elevator.
Give me an athletics check.
Oh, fuck. All right, everyone hold their breath, because I'm really bad at these. Not so good at all.
And can I give you my inspiration to use?
Yeah?
Yeah,
You can?
that's fine.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh my god, natural 19, so 18.
Yes.
All right, yeah, you will grab a hold of him as he's hanging over the side of this zombie-like creature hanging off of his leg as you dangle there. What do you do? Behind you, this thing comes to a slamming stop. You can see the hallway that leads out into the west wing. Familiar area for sure. There's a couple sentinels down at the far end that are facing away at you. But you can see them start to turn around slowly as this thing comes to a slam at the top.
The zombie's still hanging on or not?
Yes.
I will yell out, I need backup in here!
Oh, you are disguised, aren't you?
We got a guard down!
All right. With that, you'll see 2 of them turn and start running down the hall towards you. Get in there. Actually, you guys are all Sentinel, so yeah, they will grab a hold of you, Mad Krieg, pulling you up, kicking off this creature as it falls down. This man will look over and says, what the hell are you guys doing down there? The warden said it was off limits. Look at all those bodies.
I will say, haven't you seen what's going on? The place is going to shit right now. There's like a breakout.
What? We didn't hear anything. Where's the alarms? What are you talking about?
The shock box. There was absolute chaos. Somebody broke out. We were chasing after them. We think they went down there, but the pit of zombies stopped us. You guys need to clear that out. I need to get this guy first aid.
And he kind of shoves you forward. Says, "Go get it. We'll take care of it."
You don't have any potions or anything on you, do you?
Looks no. Why? Give me a deception check. I'll give you advantage though.
Okay. Deception. Am I good at that? Am I charismatic? Come on, Quinn. Ooh, 14.
We don't carry stuff like that around. Hurry up and just get him to the first aid.
Yeah. All right, I'll start dragging him.
And yeah, these two will step onto the platform, hit the lever, and start lowering it down. You can hear their weapons unsheath as they start to lower.
Do I know if there's any like first aid thing, or am I just gonna have to make?
There might be, but you'd have no idea.
All right, medicine check really quickly. 20 unnatural.
So you are stabilized, Krieg.
Cool.
I'm checking Krieg's pockets to see if he has anything on him of use.
Nope. You find manacles and a kind of half-torn, blood-stained doll, like a child's doll,
Shit.
tucked into his belt. That's it.
All right, I'll drag him a bit and at least out of danger, and then I will bolt off down the hallways, kind of leaving him somewhere that I deem safe to get my book, at least.
Give me a 1d6 roll. See how long this takes you from the moment you guys entered the mines to get your book and get back to him.
3.
So 3 plus 2 is 5 minutes pass as you grab a hold of your book, turn, and start running down the hallway to get back to Krieg. Give me a perception check, Quinn. See if you run into any trouble.
I'm muted, sorry, 10.
10. So as you grab your book, you come around the corner, down the stairwells, past the leisure basin, and starts running towards the side corridor where you left Krieg. You're going to see this flash in the corner of your eye for just a brief second, and then you feel the heavy slam as somebody smacks into you, grabbing a hold of you and wrestling you to the ground. You can see the dirty inmate clothing that this guy is wearing. Pretty grungy-looking fellow, but being that you look like a sentinel, you can see he comes around and starts to swing in just to start pummeling on you. What do you do?
Who? On me?
An inmate, yes.
Jesus, what the fuck? Where'd this guy come from? I am going to... Shit. Now or never, I guess. Time to use my last spell slot. Let me make sure. Can you just describe this guy to me? Is he like a... Does he look like somebody I can take 1v1 or...
Typical inmate, fairly beefy looking. You've probably seen him around here and there. Nobody important, really, but being that you look like a sentinel and he has you cornered, seems to be more of his interest of just taking out his frustrations on you because you look like a sentinel.
I'm going to quickly say, listen, pal, doesn't need to be like this. You can get out of here. The whole prison's gone to shit right now. Escape while you can. And I will say, down the elevator, there's a passage where I know the guys are.
Give me a persuasion or deception, I guess, whichever one you feel.
All right. Neither one is really that great. Nope, that's a fail.
He says, me and you, we have beef. I remember you.
You don't remember me, you fucker.
And he swings in with a 12. I don't think that hits you, though.
12 would hit me, so I have to use my last spell slot to cast shield, which is not how I wanted to spend it.
You can see his fist just smashes up against this magical shield that wraps around you, and he yanks his hand back. He says, you did that last time, too. I'm gonna get you, though. What do you do?
Fuck. I am going to... Is it just us alone? Can I see anybody?
Yeah, it's just the two of you at the moment.
And how far away am I from the elevator?
You'd be starting at the hall, so probably a good 100 feet or so down the hall.
Yeah, okay, fuck. I am going to, I guess, try to blast this guy with a ray of frost. Question mark? Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. I'm struggling right now. Definitely a hit over 20.
Okay.
And actually, that's a disadvantage. So let me double roll because I'm in melee with him, right? So
Yes.
16. So 22 and 25 were my rolls.
Hit.
Whew. I'm sweating. Natural 8 max damage.
That will take him out. He had 8. So go ahead and describe what you do and then run.
Yeah, so he's coming in on me. He swings sloppily, and I'm just like, listen, you don't know who I am. Stop this. You're going to get yourself. And then he's going to come in, and I see that he's going to actually punch me, and I'll just lift my hands up in his face and just shoot out this blast of ice and completely freeze the front end of his head, and then throw his head down to the ground and smash it.
Nice. As this just shatters across the ground, turn and make a run down this hallway. You can see Krieg propped up in the hallway still, barely quite conscious. You can see the elevator at the end, but the elevator platform is down on the ground.
I'm going to quickly look, kind of like pulling him to the elevator, and then can I get a look down and see if the guards are still down there?
You do. You can see a swarm. It looks like more and more bodies are pulling themselves from these side tunnels, and it's just a swarm of these black and red-eyed dead corpses everywhere across the ground. The elevator is down at the bottom at the moment.
I'm going to just say fuck, 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 and push the button to get it to come back up. There's nobody on the elevator, right?
Oh, there's lots of zombies on it.
Oh, there is.
Give me a 1d8 roll.
Okay, I might not press it if I see that they're on it. 3.
So, yeah, you see at least 3 of them on there.
Where are the guards? Are they dead?
They're dead, yes.
All right. I'm going to say, just swearing over and over again, I'm going to be like, well, fucking now or never, I guess. And then I'm going to just start speaking out loud. All right, listen up, asshole. This is where our deal fucking comes in. It's now or never. Leo.
You can see Krieg beside you start coughing, this blood splattering across the ground, and he jerks his head up, this dark red crimson-colored eyes you recognize, as I'm going to steal Krieg from a moment from you, Joe. And you see the dwarf look over. Says, well. Looks like you're in a bit of a pickle here, Quinn.
Cut the shit. You fucking know what kind of situation I'm in. This is the deal, though. You were going to help me out when I needed you. I need you now. Help me get out of here. I only have like 4 minutes.
This is out of here. You realize how far we are below this ground. It's going to be much more than 4 minutes to get out of here. Why, we have at least 6 floors to climb. We got a long way, Quinn. He says, but come on. You can follow me. You can see he starts walking back towards the laser basin.
It's not the way we're supposed to go. What are you doing?
This is why you asked me to lead you out of here. That is what I'm doing. Isn't that what you want? That's what you called me for.
All right, I'm trusting him.
And he will start leading you and Krieg's body back towards the leisure basin. You'll see a minute pass. Another. 3rd. 4. He's going to lead you through the leisure basin, up a few steps of stairs. You'll notice you pass by a couple guards, but they do not even recognize. They don't even look at you as you pass by them. It's almost like they don't see you or recognize you. And he says, so, Quinn, looks like you've got yourself into a bit of a mess. Where's your friends?
They're hopefully getting out of here by now.
And yeah, he will begin to lead you through the levels of the Skrimshaw Prison, up past. You move past guards and everything, completely oblivious to your existence as you move past them. But to down below, Malachi, Mithra, and Murray, you guys will wait. 10 minutes passes and there's absolutely no sign. Every now and then you'll see a body in the distance drop down from a tunnel in the above, splatter on the ground, writhing sort of strangely. 12 minutes pass, 13. Murray shakes his head. We gotta go, Malachi. Either get off and go find him yourself or leave. We gotta go. Behind you can start to hear the echoing of battle coming down through the halls and stuff around.
Just 1 more minute. Just one more minute.
We don't have a minute, Malachi. We're gonna die here. If she hasn't made it back already, then she's either got out somewhere else or is dead. We don't have time for this.
There's no way she could have got out another way. What am I supposed to do? I can't save her if I'm dead. Fuck it, let's go. I will start driving.
I'm sorry, Malachi, but we got to get out of here. You'll do better outside than in here. So, as you start to pull out Malachi and start to drive this thing down the tunnel, leaving your sister behind, what's going through your mind?
Focusing on not crashing, not doing my best to keep my mind off of my sister. Just fighting the urge to even think of her.
And Maury will keep pointing down these different tunnels, starting to point you in directions of where to go. Behind Mithra, you realize that Malachi is taking off. Quinn, Krieg, neither of them are back yet. What do you do, or what's going through your mind?
I mean, I'm kind of looking at Malachi pretty confused. I'm really shocked that he's leaving without Quinn, but I'm also kind of thinking he must have a plan to meet up with her somehow, because he wouldn't just leave without any sort of plan. So, I mean, I feel like I've done my good deed for the day. I'm feeling pretty good about myself right now. I'm just going to go along for the ride.
You're the only one that's been an asshole today. There you go. Goals. All right. And yeah, Murray will start leading you through these tunnels. Some of them get awfully tight, Malachi. Other ones open up quite wide. And eventually, even this noise behind you, the clanging of battle and everything else fades away. All you can hear is the drone of this pit racer as it's pulling it through. And eventually the tunnel itself that you're in gets a little bit wider and a little bit wider. And you will blast out of the side tunnel into this room. And ahead of you, you can see goblins. Hundreds and hundreds of goblins just sprawled out in this cavern. Almost in unison, they'll all turn and look in your direction as you're in this speeding pit racer, flying across the ground towards them. You can see these up on the level ahead of you with like a loft hanging off this large chair, this fat goblin that hangs over the side of it looking down. And upstairs, Krieg and Mithra. You'll see Leo walking beside you. Says, so, what are you going to do when you get out of here, Quinn? We still have a little bit of a deal, yeah? You can go find this person? We call it
obviously.
good?
Rhea Mantlemore, and I haven't forgotten. She's in Baldur's Gate now.
Excellent. He'll walk you down this hall. You move through an area that looks like the barracks and training grounds, up another level of all these little side rooms that look like offices and sort of lavish dens and such. You see a whole group of guys sitting back in these leather chairs, smoking large cigars. And up a final step of stairs as you come up into what looks to be a basement of a house or something. You see casks of wine over in the corner, a couple crates, some old clothes, and armoire. Leo will lead you up this little wooden flight of stairs to a trap door, fling it open. He says, well, there you are. Front door straight ahead, Mithra. Good luck. As you step out of this trap door, you can see Krieg's body just collapse on the steps behind you. But yeah, you're in what looks to be a living room of a cabin. This huge bay window in front of you looks out over a cliffside that looks down on those just pastures of fields below you. And to the side is a front door of this cabin.
I'll whisper to myself, name's fucking Quinn, asshole.
Sorry.
Fucking devils don't even care about our names.
All night, that's been a problem. But,
And
yeah.
I'm in a cabin.
Yep, looks like just a basic, quite nice cabin, but yeah, looks like a basic cabin.
Okay. Run to the window and look out to see what I see.
Looks over the cliffside. This side of the cabin looks like it was built right on the cliffside. So looking down is a good 200-yard, if not more, drop. And it's just green pastures below you. In the distance, you can see what looks to be just black smoke rising up out of the ground and occasional orangish glow.
Okay. And just to confirm, we went through a secret door, right? This isn't like the grand exit of the prison that people are going to be coming and going from?
Oh, no. This is the only one you know of or you've seen. I mean,
Okay.
you can think what you want, but...
Yeah. I just wanted to make sure like we didn't walk out like a front door or something.
Oh, no. Nope,
Okay.
nope.
I'm going to search around the cabin if I can, investigation check to see if there's anything that I can use to maybe shock this guy into consciousness.
Yeah, you poke around a little bit as you walk around. There's a small dent to the side. You can see he also has this huge bay window that overlooks. And actually, you will recognize that as the warden's office that you were in. There's books lined on the walls. His desk is sitting there. You'll see a small thing of vials and a small little fridge to the side. This cooler.
Jesus. I'm in the fucking office. This
You
is where I want to be.
You will hear a voice behind you. Hey, what are you doing here? You'll turn. You'll see a child, maybe 9, 10 years old, looking at you. Quietly resembles the warden. And with that, we will end it this evening.
Oh, God.
Ooh, spooky.
This shit's got nuts in it. That's crazy.
Did I just derail everything by doing this?
No,
What the hell?
not
We could have
you.
bought you another book.
You
Y'all
never split the
understand.
party.
Don't you just have to like sleep for a night and meditate and you get a fucking new book? Like, come on.
No, it's actually rules is written pretty terrible to lose your spell book, I think.
Okay.
And then even more so, it's in my backstory. Okay, I had to do it, guys. But yeah.